Hello, Northstar here with another Rebel Inc. Let's Play. I just noticed this Dollars and Disasters graphic. There's a couple people running away from a volcano, but I just noticed the homes on like this hill, which appear to be stereotyped versions of housing in the Middle East, Central Asia. Very stereotyped. Everything about this game is stereotyped, and there's some deeply problematic biases mixed in. As I said before, this game is sometimes imperialist apologetics by making the people who have been invaded less human seeming than they really, are. Trying to dehumanize to justify violence, whether it's, going in a country and stealing the natural resources or I wonder if I should try general on the... Yeah, I guess I could try a general here again. It's exceedingly hard to do with a general on the Pistachio Forest. He has real trouble stabilizing even a single zone. Let's see. And it's hard to even keep the insurgents in check. He's supposed to be the military guy, but it seems like the insurgents get a huge buff. So I'll have him do instructor. Oh, no. Drill sergeant, because he'll need coalition and national troops. But I'll want those nationals all earlier. I do the militia chief, but I don't want to deal with the corruption and tribal. The delay is pretty much useless. Cool. Here's hoping I can finally win this map as the general. It's going to be hard. But I mean, I suppose losing is fun. For those of you who played Dwarf Fortress, you'll get the joke. The reference. And even if you disagree that losing is fun, sometimes it's inevitable and maybe more entertaining to watch. Military initiatives, a lot. That's right, because I can do them right from the beginning as a general. Doesn't mean I should, though. Right. Government initiatives are a better way, maybe a more cost-effective way than usual to get support as a general. I should think about running those more often. Still grab school generation and literacy. A tiny bit on inflation contribution to be less. Medical supplies. General Sable fund military initiatives. Mailing starts at bonus garrisons. Military focus increases civilian costs. What do you do water supplies because it goes up with less with inflation here, and money is kind of tight. Wait a little on the water expansion. All right. Basic sanitation. Oasis band members survive car crash in the U.S. Outbreak of Legionnaires' disease in Britain. Oh, the famous Legionnaires' disease outbreak in 2002. I remember. It was one of the first things that introduced me to some basic epidemiology concepts. I ended up studying viruses in grad school. How fitting, I got disabled long COVID and I studied viruses. And sanitation. Normally I don't run water initiatives, but with inflation so high, need to go hard on civ stuff early as a general. Plus his cost being so much higher. Makes more sense than usual. Iran bans the advertising of US products. Stormont Gate spy cell unravels Northern Ireland. Well, yeah, advertising US products because trying to prevent money from draining out of their economy to get US products. And since the US constantly keeps them under sanctions, it's not possible for the people to actually get those products because the US tries to always undermine its rivals with sanctions and then say, look, their economy is failing because of this. Their economy is failing. And ignore that the sanctions are a huge part of why. It's not that anyone who's opposed to us can't build a good economy. It's that we don't let them. Oh, freaking corruption scale. I swear this game like listens to me, and when I'm criticizing imperialism, it gives me worse events. If it's gonna screw me like that. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna give this one more shot. Wow. At least slightly delay the rep loss. Let's see. Annual budget $36. And then I get losing the PR battle and my budget goes down to $2 with a slight delay. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna wait as long as possible on that. Because it does hurt my budget slightly. I'm waiting for inflation to come down anyways for effective procurement. You know what? Maybe I can't afford that because it makes all costs go up. Well, anti-corruption 3. I wonder if that helps with the judge thing. Nope, not at all. Alright. Well, at least I delayed the loss of funding as much as possible. Okay, infrastructure discussions because it's badly needed on this map. And then it gives me a losing PR battle thing. Some months I only get $2 instead of $3 thanks to that stupid judge thing. It's kind of cost me. Alright. Inflation come down a little before I took district reps. Grab international assistance. I need them to roll out some civ initiatives for me. I did do discussions here, so at least they won't do discussions and screw me out of it over by doing something so cheap. Need to get the coalition troops, and then I can worry about. Delta Tango, and here. There could be a camp in either of these locations. Oh, this is gonna be on the route there, so go there. Oh no, there's some up here too. What the heck? Do this to get the inflationary effects working. Alright, the game's already freaking me over. between that judge event happening and this. Locations where the insurgents spawned. This is ridiculous. Let's see if there's a camp here. It's in the forest, I'm screwed. Charity is limited access. Alright, delay that a little bit since they do hurt support. Looks that might be. Alright, send to Delta Sierra. Where's your rates? Soar? Right. Camp here. A question mark indicating where there's a camp somewhere else. Could turn out to be in the forest, and I need to sway attacks into the forest regardless. Development discussions so that the charities don't run those. Gah! Can't better turn out to be here. No? Really? It's gotta be there. I say this is unwinnable at this point. The game's screwing me over. Screwing me over intentionally, I swear. The only way it could know what I was saying is if there's some AI embedded in this game, but maybe not. Just terrible luck, but that's impossible. Did instructor this time. Get that first national soldier training early. Because I need to ramp up my military early. Because you actually seem to get more insurgents when you're a general. Annoyingly. Go right for encryption 3. Where's the drive? Encryption 3 because it does increase support. At least I have garrisons in both these cities. This might be a much more doable. Critically acclaimed crime drama, The Wire. Based on HBO, that was like some imperialist propaganda, fear-mongering about Muslims, basically. And in 2002, asteroid narrowly misses Earth. Narrow, probably like 100 kilometers, but sensationalist nonsense. Of course, one day a big asteroid will hit Earth, and while we're squabbling and stealing resources from each other, we, the humans race, won't have been prepared for it. And U.S. imperialism constantly seeking to dominate the world instead of using our technology for I want to do basic sanitation in case I see a sanitation demand somewhere. Can do broad advanced U.S. is one of the few nations that has the, you know, technology and wealth that it could have invested in an asteroid defense system instead of its enormous military. But it won't. Alright. That's a lot for effective procurement. I need it before I start training national troops. Really, does it not come down below $9? Pi has been calculated to 1.24 trillion digits. Whatever. This will have to do. At least by spacing it so much lesser effect on inflation. Alright. Start training national soldiers. Saving up for district reps. Budget's still slightly irregular. It's not $3 every month, even if it's 36 years. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes 5. There's some RNG associated with it. Insurgency rumored. That's only $9 for garrisons. Let's get that going because I want the upgrades for the garrisons. $3 to build one there. It's not a terrible place. $6 for civil support, really? Literacy rates soar. To wait a tiny bit. There we go. I'm gonna need the coalition troops because nationals do take a while to train. So these guys here and here. Might be a camp here. It's the mountains. I'm just not gonna be able to find it, but I said screwed, but not necessarily. Alright, save. Do I dare drones or? I need more troops. Doesn't matter if I know where the bait camp is if I can't do anything about it. To use some intuition. Alright, the surprise attack was there. It means the camp's probably here. If I push him here and then have a unit here, I can probably drive him into the mountains. Or I want him anyway, so. And guides now that this unit's in place, so you can gather intel faster. Right, I need international assistance because I'm not rolling out civ initiatives fast enough. Oh, that area's under attack. Troops there to support this combat. Yeah, I know they control the road. zones. Working on it. Why is it suddenly $10 for drones? Wasn't it $9 before? Whatever. Infrastructure discussions so the cherries can run those. I might need to do power myself anyhow. Garrison will help with the combat. So do combat reinforcements then. Camp must be in that forest or in the mountains. Can't do much if it's the mountains. More national soldiers. And access for charities. There's the camp. $7 for civil support? What do you have? The costs just keep going up. Well, based on how many initiatives are already funded. Could be able to need divisions that unit there permanently. So these guys get all intel, and then they're gonna have to stay around to keep these insurgents in the mountains. Corruption for the support it gives. Universal justice for instantaneous support as well. Only $2. I need an outreach office before I can do it. Well, outreach office, then universal justice. Oh, shoot. Really? Ready? And there's another camp. I need to stop this garrison from getting killed. Of course, they instantly decide. As soon as I withdraw there. Cool. I swear, this thing is going to kill all my reputation flexibility, even with the realist, as it does not let the governor stabilize zones at an appreciable rate. In fact, I'm gonna run civil assistance just in the HQ just to have this zone stable in reasonable time. Camp's probably up this way. And yet again, it screwed me over. This is like, it's impossible. You can't stabilize anything. Camp appears to be there from before. Deal with that early, I'm screwed. Interpreters and guides. Can't even defeat these guys in Delta uniform. It's ridiculous. So the game is trying to make it itself impossible. Let's go there. Need intel in that corner. Early. More national soldiers. Outreach office. In there. Allow me security checkpoints. I suppose a delay, but might make it possible to push there. Maybe. Especially if I ward off an attack first. Combat reinforcements. Try and push these guys. Where's the justice? I need the support. Now, development discussions. No options there. Development bank. It rolls out here. Maybe got a chance of stabilizing that zone quick enough. These guys to get pushed east. Darn it. Now they're spying the corner again. I know they're going there. These guys there. Let's carry checkpoints. If the zone falls too quick, the garrison will die before it can. Support. Gotta stabilize Echo Whiskey. Barrel attachments, because my national soldiers are going to have to do some actual fighting. Just to drive these idiots back. School supplies, because they're going fast. Or I lost 17 rep to stability. Losing to insurgents almost as much. Outreach that stuff here while in Echo Romeo faster. There we go. That should stimulate the loss, lack of stability. These guys, they appeared here instead of do a short extension or I'll lose too much rep to. I can't afford even more than that, so. Oof. I need those guys there to be nationals then. Mainly insurgent activity, so we can deal with that. Artillery upgrades for the national soldiers. I actually need the Foreign Relations Office to cut support for the insurgents. I think I can pull this from the brink here. What the heck? I hate when it does this. They just jump over areas that are not unstable. airstrikes. Nope. It's going to be considered a defeat, but it's ridiculous. Even the coalition troops can't beat him there. High desertion rates event. These guys have to show extension. This is impossible. Time for martial law. Gives me a tiny bit of time. International assistance. Stabilize more zones. Reputation from that. Without it, I cannot possibly last long enough. Mid-access for the charities. Corruption draining all my I'm getting lack of stability again. Budget of only $10. Just saying this guy's home. Don't throw it for anything else. They would attack there. This is not winnable. Go back to this time point. Nope. Not winnable at all. Restart. You know what? If I restart, I'm just going to get the judge event. Shoot, this game. Let's try one more time. I know my other things need the democratic transition super early, but I need the militia chief because initial insurgent capability is out of control here. Yeah. Grab this because it just seems to go up later. District reps so that I can get outreach office, so I can get universal justice. Supplies and water supplies. As water supplies. That's what it's called. Urban Outreach 1, I actually need that incredibly early for Echo Whiskey to stabilize. Water expansion, so at least reduce the chance that charities doing something on this water route when I do them. Alright, now I need to start training the national soldier already. Saving up for that. $9. I hope I'm getting negative events or unreasonable demand like jobs and Echo Whiskey. Development initiatives. Back to SIP initiatives. School supplies. Circles up quick. Where are they? They're doing that here? Come on. Doing Echo Whiskey. School expansion. I need to save for coalition troops. At least their demand here is education, which I'll meet. case there's a camp and because I need the intel. Job stuff already. Bloody A. Trips and guides. Basic sanitation. Advanced sanitation. No jobs demand adequate whiskey yet. Thank goodness. Papa, however. Oh, it's up there. God. Check if there's a camp in the forest and drive them out. Development bank to stabilize Echo Whiskey early. Save up. Start training the National Soldier. It's $10. Need more coalition troops. Foxtrot Kilo here. God. Possible. Garrisons. Probably destroy this bloody garrison because the game hates me. It hates doing general in Pistachio Fort. Are you kidding me? Now they're attacking my freaking HQ. That garrison cannot hold. They made this impossible so players would do the Dollars and Disasters DLC and get the freaking overpowered advisors it provides. They made some of the maps almost impossible, like this one. Coalition soldiers. Relations office, because they'll probably get that stupid event. These guys will send home at the last. Too late. Send them home. And they instantly retake that zone. Combat reinforcements. Garrison. Universal Justice for support. Shared Air Force. That does make the national soldiers slightly tougher. So support to at least reduce my loss of support in Echo Romeo. Gotta push those guys back in the mountains now. Arrgh. "27 insurgents. They're running rampant. This isn't ridiculous." Absolutely impossible. Just give the freaking devs of this game their freaking money for their overpowered DLC that they added. Martial law time. And they're doing that nonsense where they skip over zones yet again. You guys can't see it, but I'm giving middle finger to this game. That's just bullshit. It's probably some sort of hidden debuff where if you haven't beat a certain map on normal, the game makes it harder on brutal. Some nonsense like that. The devs will probably deny it, but they'll deny a lot of stuff. And I trust nobody who works with counterinsurgency experts, i.e. imperialist swine who go around figure out how they can oppress people of countries that have been invaded and acting as if it's the right of the US and other countries to just march into whatever country they feel like. Plus, these people have also engaged in fear mongering over insurgencies in the U.S., even about Trump people. Like, I mean, yes, they obviously January 6th and stuff, but like, oh, they're going to take up arms. No, they're not going to take up arms. They're going to institute a fascist regime. But these people, some of them wanted to, I think, have laws on domestic security are harsher so that fascist takeover would be easier. Yeah, I think I'm full of it, but there's a particularly prominent podcaster who's like interviewed with counterinsurgency experts and probably being secretly paid by the CIA. Did this whole claims to be an anarchist, but he clearly isn't. And does this whole series about it could happen here, which was literally about insurgency in the U.S., but of course it was the far right doing it. And no, realistically, if there was insurgency, it'd be left wing. If the far right is much more interested in a fascist takeover of the country. Anyways, wish you folks all the best. Take care of each other, be kind yourselves, and may you always find a gangster lead you home. Until next time, this is Northstar. Adieu, and best luck.